Right, here we are. I'm all excited about this. I'm not looking directly at the camera because in a minute I'm going to, so I can read this letter. Um, right, for those of the newer subscribers amongst you, and there are quite a few, this channel was started originally because my local council had pocketed 25 years' worth of taxpayers' cash, orchestrated by John Major, the former Prime Minister. Every single chief constable since, and we are racking them up now, we're on to the third, has failed to investigate it. And indeed, if you look through some of the stuff on the channel, well, you'll find out the CPS aren't allowed to speak to me, for one thing. But there's obviously been numerous goings on. Just to give you a bit of background colour there, local colour, as they say. So this was a letter I sent out to, well, 6 actually, I think, last weekend. Certainly the Chief Constable and the Police Crime Commissioner. Now, I would put a complaint in, but again, we've been through all that's on the channel. They just lie about everything. And if they've got evidence they don't like, they just lose it. So here we go. Hi all. Well, I've just put on YouTube, it's my 4-month anniversary since I've heard from any of you. I'm surprised you haven't carried on breaking every law in the book with officers like PC Whelan. That's the one who said we can do this one way or the other when he illegally walked into my house. PC Harmon, that's the patronising bitch, who asked me if I knew what if meant, because she's obviously got fucking 10 university degrees. PC Dean, the fat poof who walked into my house unlawfully. And DC Pinion. Now he's the one, I call him Minion. He's the one who's best mates with Chris Green, the Marston's bailiff, and who goes drinking with him, and who interviewed me in Cambridgeshire Police Station. And, completely non-biased investigation. Pretending they're all above the law and acting oh so snooty towards minions like myself. As for my YouTube, it becomes more and more popular, proving you're all the utter law-breaking wankers I always said you were, and of course making an utter mockery of your entire system, because let's face it, you're all lying scum. It is said when a man goes to war, it is wise to learn one's enemy, for knowledge is power. The psychological edge, one might say. And you're definitely the enemy. So here goes Chief Constable Nick Dean. Call him Nazi Nick. That's his moniker now. I'm guessing you're a spoilt little rich kid and Daddy probably has a high-powered job in Whitehall somewhere. I'm leaning towards banking, although I'm not sure why. But then, as we all know, the bankers control the politicians anyway. You've skipped a few ranks on the way up, rather like Simon Parr did. He was the first Chief Constable. He jumped ship about 3 days before he was due to start a 2-year extension, leaving the force without a Chief Constable for a few months. You therefore have limited experience in doing the job, so as you mentioned when you first arrived, you were to speak to your Nazi foot soldiers to assess their feelings. Or in other words, you wanted to find out how to do the job. Like Cressida Dick, who was guilty of having Jean-Charles de Menezes murdered, and who hid in the Home Office for 10 years thereafter, you've been protected all the way through. Did they disguise it as a university graduate programme, I wonder? You are probably destined for further success, or at least you were until you got here, although I imagine the commissioners saw this as some sort of testing post for you. Oh wait, no, you were just put in to keep quiet and nod along with the puppet masters, of course, and hey, keep the council case quiet for a while longer, and that's the trigger for your further promotion, of course. I mean, if you're lucky, the old goats who stole all the money will start dropping off, thereby losing key witnesses for, well, me, really. And if they don't, I'm sure MI5 will help out and knock a few off again for the puppet masters running the show. And there within lies your problem, I'm afraid. You're useless. Your whole career now means nothing because you were guilty of conspiracy to commit fraud, misconduct in a public office, and failure to uphold the law, because you knew all about this before you got here. He did, I tweeted him. So, whatever you were before, and I don't imagine that was much, now you're just a criminal, just like the rest. Thanks for doing the TV show, by the way. That was Famous and Fighting Crime. I did a video on that. Did my Twitter account no end of favours that did. I've never seen so much comeback on one topic. It quadrupled my impressions as long as it was on. Well, enjoy my channel, won't you, Nick? So that's As I say, there's masses of stuff. There's about 750 videos on the channel, guys. All the times they unlawfully arrested me, the CPS weren't allowed to speak to me, they hung up on me. All the times the police have hung up on me. All the fucking assholes who have kidnapped me. And of course now what they're down to, now I'm not paying council tax at all. And there's not a fucking thing they can do about it. And, you know, that's going to spread. And all you have to do is mention this channel. So, good luck with that, Nazi Nick. I'm sure I shall have you out before your 5 years are up. See you all later.